All right, we're asked to find an equation or a linear model for this phone plan. We're told that 150 minutes costs us $90 and 510 minutes costs the $234. And in this situation, there's a per minute charge and a monthly fee. All right, let's figure this out. What can we do first? Well, we can't find out the monthly fee or the per minute charge just by comparing one of these. For instance, 150 minutes, which costs $90, we don't know how much of that was the fee, therefore we can't figure out how much was per minute. Same as the situation with the 510 minutes that cost 234. Side note, come on, nobody uses that many minutes on their phone anymore, do they really? That's an incredible charge. Let's not worry about that. We want to find the per minute charge. Let's do that first. What we need to do is compare these two situations. By themselves, isolated, we don't really know too much. But if we can compare these specifically, we see how many more minutes were used between these two plans. We're going to compare that to how much more the cost went up. In this case right here, we're going to figure out specifically what was the cost for a specific number of minutes. And in this case, what we're going to do is we're going to subtract or take the difference of the two costs that we have here. So we have 234 minus 90. That will calculate our cost. And then we're going to do 510 minus the 150. Okay, so let's do those calculations. So 234 minus 90, that gives us 144. So the difference in these two plans is $144, and the number of minutes between them is the 510 minus the 150 is 360. So what this is, it's $144 for 360 minutes. And again, we're comparing these because we can tell that's the difference between these two. Now we know the only difference, these have the same monthly fee, but the only difference is the number of minutes that were used. So these 144 minutes cost us $144 for 360 minutes. And then to find the unit rate, or in this case, the amount per minute, what we simply do are take these two numbers and we subtract them from each other. So we have 144 divided by 360, and it's 0.04 or 40 cents a minute. All right, if we're developing a linear model, and we had, in this case, we have y represents the cost, and if x represents the number of minutes used, we currently have this model right here, y equals 0.40 or 40 cents times the number of minutes plus whatever this flat rate fee is. We'll call it b in this case, like we usually do. How we're going to find this flat monthly rate then is by plugging in either one of our pieces of information. And again, this x right here represents the number of minutes, and y represents the overall cost. We know it's 40 cents per minute, but we're going to see what else is being added on here. I'm going to take the easier of these two pieces of information. I'm going to take this first piece of information that 150 minutes costs $90. So coming straight down from this equation, I know 90 minutes, the y is the cost, equals the 40 cents, and that's times 150 minutes. What that's going to do right here is calculate how much it costs for those 150 minutes. And then we need to find out what this b value is. And so I'm going to take the 40 cents and multiply that by 150. So the 150 minutes costs us $60. So we have 90 equals 60. And from this point, actually, we could rationalize, oh, this b value must be 30, because 60 plus 30 equals 90. But if we want to go through the math steps, we could subtract 60 from both sides of this equation. And what we'd end up with is that b equals 30. So our final answer for this, or our linear model for this equation, is the cost equals 40 cents per minute plus a $30 monthly fee to have this account.